Welcome to the Southport 4th of July Parade. This broadcast on WECT is sponsored by Dozier Memorial Hospital in Southport. And here are your hosts, Rachel Lewis-Hilburn and Bob Townsend.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Bob Townsend, and welcome to Southport. And this young lady knows all about Southport. Rachel Lewis-Hilburn is our host once again, co-hostess for the parade coverage here in Southport today. Rachel, good morning. It's great to see you.
Great to see you too, Bob, and it's great to be here. It's such a privilege. You know, this is getting close to the culmination of North Carolina's official 4th of July festival, and I was privileged to be able to observe the naturalization ceremony where more than 100 people became U.S. citizens. Tonight we have the fireworks, which is airing right after this, so it's just a really wonderful time to be an American.
And Saturday I watched the firemen's competition here over around the park, and been all through the park where more than 100 vendors are set up right now. So it's been a big week here in Southport, and of course we've got fireworks coming up later tonight after our parade coverage, including earlier today, with the dedication of the new expansion here at the North Carolina Maritime Museum with Governor McCrory in town, who will be riding in the parades. Big day here in Southport.
Yes, he presided over the ribbon cutting for that.
He sure did. And we're going to take a little break right now, and when we come back, kick the parade coverage off here in Southport. Stay with us. And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Southport. The first part of the Southport 4th of July parade coming by. Chief Gary Smith and his staff leading the parade off, wishing everyone a happy 4th of July. Chief Smith, a native of Southport, 1990 graduate of South Brunswick High School, and spent the last 19 years on the force. Became the chief last year after serving as the interim chief since July 16th of last year. He is from Southport. This is with his wife and 3 children. And Rachel, the sirens work.
Yes, they do. Hello. And we also have the Boiling Spring Lakes Police Department right here. They're in partnership with the community. They provide a safe environment and enhance the quality of life through courteous, honest, and professional delivery of law enforcement services.
Chief Brad Shirley of the Boiling Spring Lakes Police Department. Their staff coming by. And part of the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office all coming up as well. Many units of that actually coming in, but these are the police officers and some sheriff's deputies there on motorcycles. You'll see a lot of military presence here, and as we always see in Southport every year, Color Guard group coming by right now.
That's right. The parade just getting underway here in Southport on this beautiful Monday morning.
You'll hear some papers flapping, because I've got plenty of papers flapping up here with us, and the wind feels great.
It's wonderful. Are we feeling a little bit of that river breeze?
Absolutely. It is perfect. Grand Marshal of the parade getting ready to come by as you see the 82nd Airborne Sustainable Brigade Color Guard Unit. And this is Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Blue, United States Army retired, who's our parade marshal here. Lieutenant Colonel Blue, commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Air Defense Artillery at Davidson College. His assignments have sent him all over the world, including Germany, Colorado, the Pentagon, Korea, and also right here in Sunny Point. So we're glad to have Lieutenant Colonel Blue as our parade marshal today.
And Bob, here's the Southport Fire Department in an antique fire truck. It's a restored Model T fire engine.
And they keep that in a museum over here, I believe. Is it there? I think it might be close to the fire department, a block or so from here.
That may well be.
The Honorable Jerry Dove, the mayor of Southport, elected in November of last year, serving the Southport Police Department prior to that. 21 years, 12 of those as the chief, Jerry Dove, and now the state's chief executive, Governor Pat McCrory, coming by. Governor McCrory coming down this weekend to take part in the ribbon cutting ceremony earlier today over at the Maritime Museum, and is here. All right, Governor, thank you.
Hello, Governor.
And his security units all coming behind from the State Highway Patrol and the governor's office. It's been a while since the governor's actually been here for one of these parades, and it was a dual event to help out and cut the ribbon, as you said earlier today, here at the North Carolina Maritime Museum.
And it's appropriate. This is the official North Carolina 4th of July Festival, so it's good to see him here.
Absolutely. More sheriff's officers, and those are on bicycle patrol. And right now, the U.S. Coast Guard Aided Navigation Team, based at Oak Island, responsible for 513 H navigations positioned along the ICW from the southernmost border of North Carolina to the southern portion of Bogue Sound, including the Cape Fear River.
And here we have Dozier Memorial Hospital's golf cart and float. Dozier Memorial Hospital in Southport is the only independent critical access hospital in North Carolina, governed by a board of trustees elected by the public. Dozier has more than 300 employees, 100 doctors on its medical staff, and close to 200 volunteers. 6 of those volunteers are riding the Dozier float today, along with 4 30-year employees of the hospital. Dozier operates 11 primary care and other clinics all the way from Holden Beach to Bald Head Island, and is scheduled to open its newest clinic called Dozier Wellness Center outside the west entrance to St. James Plantation in August. Last month marked Dozier's 86th anniversary, Bob.
Very good for Dozier. The Honorable Dan Forrest, Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, coming by in the convertible right here. In 2012, he became the first. It was his first run for elected office, became only the second Republican since 1897 to win the job, the office of Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina. All right, got a band coming by, first of many.
Yes, this is the South Brunswick High School Band with colors.
You can hear them a little bit there in the background.
That's right.
The JROTC Color Guard unit coming by from South Brunswick. The Officers Training Corps for the U.S. Army under the command of Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Julian Arnold, Lieutenant Colonel, also the Cadet Battalion Commander. The JROTC program in South Brunswick participates in over 130 events every year. That is a bunch to do, a bunch of traveling to do as well.
And Bob, I think people can hear the Brunswick County Schools Band on the way. And this is special. This consists of band students from North, South, and West Brunswick high schools under the direction of Chris Cook, Jonathan Moore, and Jason Sipe. The Brunswick County Schools Band is honored to show their support to the community and to our country, honoring America's independence in Southport. God bless America, they say.
Absolutely. They played a little bit up the road. Let's see if they're going to play a little bit more for us as they're coming by, or listen to the drum team.
Makes you want to get up and dance.
Yeah. From all of these different schools, part of their different band committees out of here. Was that was an honor to be part of this.
We're looking, yes, and we're looking at the South Brunswick High School truck right now.
Mm-hmm. And we have our first young lady that's representing North Carolina as contested in a major pageant. This is Mackenzie J. Traggart, who is Miss North Carolina, a native of Concord, only elected or selected about 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
We are glad to have her. This is her first official appearance, they say.
It is, and you know, Bob, she's got a wonderful platform, the SAFE Project, because she was bullied in high school, and so she is promoting this platform to encourage everyone to support one another, accept differences, forgive wrongdoings, and evolve into a better self. So good for her.
That is outstanding.
Yes.
It really is. These platforms that these young ladies adopt are so beneficial. All right, right now the Southport Nautical Society, and got a pretty good sized cannon right on the back of that. And
that's Thor, the name of the mythical Norse god of thunder. And I think that was donated to the Historical Society in 1991. Well, that's when it was made.
All right, how about Catherine White, who is Miss North Carolina Outstanding Teen, 17-year-old senior homeschool student. She enjoys dancing, connecting with her community through involvement in various programs, promoting her platform, which is Power of SHE, Selflessness, Humility, Esteem to young women statewide.
And here we have the Honorable David Rouser. He is Congressman David Rouser, representing southeastern North Carolina's 7th District in Washington, D.C. And the 7th District, of course, runs from the suburbs of Raleigh to Calabash. He has 3 district offices in Smithfield, Bolivia, and Wilmington.
The American Legion Post 543 color guards coming by right now. The Richard H. Stewart Jr. American Legion Post 543, located in the St. James Plantation of North Carolina right here, and this is some of the members of the American Legion coming by as well. And getting a nice round of applause for all of their service to the country, and of course the van coming up in just a moment is that's getting a little bit closer. Let me tell you just a little
Bob,
bit more.
we had the Veterans Recognition Ceremony just a couple of days ago, and that was moving in itself to see less than half a dozen folks from World War II stand up and be recognized. Just remember, on this 4th of July, thank a veteran.
That's true. Absolutely. You don't have to do it Memorial Day, Veterans Day, do it every day, but certainly again the 4th of July. By the way, the American Legion Post serves Southport, Bolivia Supply, and Bowling Spring Lakes area of Brunswick County.
And here's the Amuse You Theater, folks, aboard the Stateport Pilot float. And next to the 4th of July, perhaps the longest lived tradition in this community is reading the Stateport Pilot. For more than 80 years, they've served residents.
And the Museum, located there on Howe Street,
yes,
almost at the corner of Howe and Moore Streets, do a great program.
Well, here we have Secretary Elaine Marshall, North Carolina's Secretary of State. She's the first woman elected to statewide executive office in 1997. She was born in Maryland into a farming family. Her mother was the organist in the small rural church they attended. And Elaine Marshall is the first person in her family to graduate college. She's also a former member of the North Carolina State Senate, elected in 1992.
And you have to give her credit. She doesn't keep herself in Raleigh there. She is on the road quite a bit. She has been at this parade and festival every year since we've been broadcasting it.
Yes, that's right.
North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture Wayne Goodwin coming by, elected in 2008. He is also the state fire marshal, active on the national level, National Association of Insurance Commissioners, and serves as the chair of the Consumer Board of Trustees, Consumer Connection Working Group as well, overseeing the insurance industry in North Carolina.
You just saw the Sons of the American Revolution go by, male descendants. This is an organization founded in 1889.
And the Honorable Susan Plutz, who is the Cultural Resources Secretary of North Carolina. She was here as part of the ribbon cutting ceremony today. And this is Secretary Catherine Johnston, the North Carolina Department of Administration, appointed by Governor McCrory to serve as the Secretary of the Administration Department in March of this year.
Here we have the Warrior Ride coming up. They were founded with the mission of rehabilitation for injured war heroes through adaptive cycling for injured service members. And they say the camaraderie of being with peers who have similar experiences can help put the nation's heroes on the path to healing. Adapting bicycles to injuries can be challenging, but they make it work. And the Warrior Ride uses adaptive bicycling and other morale-building events such as kayaking and golf for recreation and rehabilitation, and there's no cost, Bob, for service members to participate in Warrior Ride events. All the expenses are paid through donations and grants, and they're getting a nice round of applause here from the crowd.
You heard that as they were coming by. That is a great way to recognize these folks, and they are certainly getting that due recognition right now. And their bus coming by as well. It's been a big day in Southport, but I tell you, we are so lucky the rain has held off for the parade so far. You know, it was a little chancy all weekend, but it looks like everything's working out well right now. And let's keep it that way all day today, because we're talking some 50,000 people expected at the parade, at the fireworks tonight. Chief Smith telling me earlier today, if you're going to be down here, allow a couple of hours to get out. All right, Bill Rabin, the Honorable Bill Rabin, member of the North Carolina Senate for District 8. Dr. Rabin, a member of the Brunswick Community College Board of Trustees, past chairman, North Carolina Navigation Committee, as well as the Brunswick County Board of Health. He served on the Boy Scouts of America Executive Committee and a lot of other activities. He's also a veterinarian here, so he's heavily involved in the state veterinarian program.
And here we have, yes, that noise, that's the Sudan Thunderbolts. They started in 1975 and they continue to entertain thousands with precision driving and rapidly changing formations. The 12 custom designed mini racers are 7 feet long and 40 inches wide. Those are 5 horsepower engines, Bob.
They are moving. I think they've got those things souped up a little bit.
Yeah, and they have 2 records.
Had a little bit of a collision. Little Bondo will fix that job, though.
Everyone's okay. Little crash, but we're fine. They've won many first place awards in competition in units from Virginia, North and South Carolina as well.
It wasn't the big one in NASCAR, the big races and the big accident. It was not that. All right. How about the Southport Fire Department's big ladder truck? The vision of the department to provide superior service in an effort to protect the lives, property, and the environment. Members of the department have accomplished the vision through fire suppression, prevention, public education, emergency response, and non-emergency response. Chief Charles Drew and the Assistant Chief, if you can hear me, Todd Corey, leads the department.
And look, we have Smokey the Bear up here, and we have a little Munchkin clown.
Oh yeah, right on the front there. Southport Fire Department's prevention unit with Smokey Bear right on the front there, and friend. They have several units here, and this nice Chevrolet is one as well.
Here we have the Honorable Frank Eiler coming up. He's North Carolina's state representative for District 17, which is Brunswick County. He came to North Carolina when he was 14 and graduated from Greensboro Senior High School and Campbell University with a degree in business. He's chaired the Brunswick County Republican Party, the 7th Congressional District Republican Party, and he's served as a precinct chair. Frank and his wife live in Oak Island.
It's been an interesting year up in the General Assembly. I'm sure he's glad, he and Senator Rabin, to get back down here at least for a day or so. I don't know if they've concluded everything or not, but it's a lot of hard work this year in the legislative session.
It has been quite a lot of hard work this session.
Southport Oak Island Chamber of Commerce and the chapter of Military Appreciation Day, proud platinum sponsor of the North Carolina official 4th of July Festival. The chamber serves almost 500 member businesses for popular public events, include the U.S. King Mackerel Tournament, the Oak Island Lighthouse Run, Flock to the Beach, the Jimmy Buffett-style Beach Bash, and Christmas by the Sea Parade. And on the float, members of the Southport Oak Island chapter of Military Appreciation Day, they sponsor an annual event on which volunteers take active duty troops out for a full day of fishing.
And here we have Judge Pauline Hankins just going by. She's district court judge, native of Brunswick County, graduating from South Brunswick High School. Judge Hankins volunteers much of her time working with youth, conducting legal workshops in high schools and providing judicial internships. She's a past recipient of the North Carolina Governor's Award for volunteer service.
And District Court Judge Fred Gore is a Brunswick County native. He lives in Lineville and presides over district courts in Brunswick, Bladen, and Columbus counties. Judge Gore also a captain in the North Carolina JAG Corps and has had 2 deployments in his career.
And Bob, I don't mean to be partial, but the Sudan Dun Clowns are some of my favorite. They formed in 1952. Unofficially, they started to perform several years before joining the Sudan Shrine chapter of Eastern North Carolina. They officially joined Sudan in 1957. Today they boast 40+ members and attend about 50 parades a year, including prestigious events such as the Governor's inaugural parade. And they have 2 clown trucks.
You know, Rachel, I got here fairly early this morning, And I guess he was happy about that.
Yeah, I
But I
guess
got
so.
here early
Ladies and
this morning
gentlemen,
because we
boys and
did the
girls, you're
morning
being
show.
entertained by the
Yeah.
#1 clowns in the world, the Sudan Dun Clowns.
And there were people already having their chairs lined up here from last night and early this morning. And I would dare say this is the highlight for a lot of children, just seeing these guys year after year.
Now watch me, nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me, nay-nay.
And I think they've worked their dance routine in.
Watch me, nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me, nay-nay. Now watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me.
I've been meaning to get a haircut. I think I'm going to get a haircut like the guy there. Oh, gosh.
Oh, and here comes the straggler. He's got a few drinks in his hand. Is that what, a 5-fisted drinker?
I believe so, yeah.
5 cups, 1 fist, one to wave.
He has a beer or 12, as they say.
Is he going to make it all the way through the parade, Bob?
I don't know. But I'm sure some of those other guys will come back, throw them on the bike, and take off.
Yeah.
How about the city of Southport right now and volunteers with the Southport Visitor Center, part of the complex here with the garrison. A lot of folks coming to Southport for vacation this time of the year and have to have some volunteers to help them get all the information disseminated out about Southport, Oak Island, not only Southport, Oak Island, the whole region here.
So true. And is this Brunswick County Commissioner Scott Phillips? Yes, he was raised in Southport and he lives in Winnebago. He's married to the former Shannon Maltzby and they have 3 wonderful children who are probably aboard that truck.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew, Mason, and Reagan. He started his career as an environmental health specialist for Brunswick County, and now he works at Archer Daniels Midland, where he's a member of the management team in the production department. He's an active member of Town Creek Baptist Church, serving as deacon and as a leader of the Royal Ambassadors. He's also a member of the board of directors of the Town Creek Dixie Youth Baseball Association.
And the golf cart that's coming up behind him holds Patricia Sykes, Brunswick County Commissioner as well. She's a local business owner. She's a native of Brunswick County, Southport High School graduate. She owned a local business for more than 20 years and has worked 32 years in various management and leadership positions in the area now as a public service.
And I think that siren you're hearing belongs to the Oak Island Fire Department. The Oak Island Fire and Rescue Department is a combination department that includes dedicated volunteers and career personnel. Responsibilities include fire suppression, technical rescue, hazardous material response, response to medical emergencies at the advanced life support level, and response to other public health, safety, and welfare conditions that threaten the Oak Island community. They're also active in fire prevention and public education activities. Their ultimate goal, of course, to protect life and property.
Absolutely. Habib Temple number 159, a marching unit organized in 1978. They've been marching in parades all over the 2 Carolinas. As Prince Hall's Shriners, they make donations to all types of organizations, including the American Diabetes Association, breast cancer awareness causes. The unit is led by past potentate Eddie Moore, illustrious potentate Cleveland Bragg, and the deputy of the Oasis there.
Here we have CB Veterans of America, a national organization. The local chapter is designated as Island by 5, Cape Fear X5. They started in 2010 with 10 CB veterans. They're now up to 18 members ranging from World War II, Korea, Vietnam to present day. And their main goal, to unite fellow CB veterans. They also build handicap ramps for veterans and donate to local charities. Their motto is, and I'm going to mispronounce this, construimus batuimus. That means we build, we fight. And a CB will answer an order with can do.
We let the animals out. These are the Sudan animated animals of some bears and some other tall animals. There's a good old lion, a little bit of a Dalmatian over to the side. There's a tiger back there.
And they're bipeds too. These are very talented animals. A wolf who can walk on 2 feet.
That's true. Gray fox
Clifford,
doesn't have to crawl around. And the big old gorilla.
Oh no, the gorilla. He frightens me every year.
They are from Johnston County, one of the many Shriners groups in for the parade this year. Got members of the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office coming up now. Sheriff John Ingram, the 5th, the county elected senior law enforcement officer. He, along with over 265 employees and more than 200 volunteers, perform their duties 24/7 to maintain the security and safety of Brunswick County, the residents and the visitors. This year's entry includes a modern Sheriff's Patrol unit, which Sheriff Ingram is riding in right there. Also their crime prevention unit, along with the Marine Patrol Division, that's that airboat that so many of us see so often in the parades and so many of us would like to have.
Yes.
Also, their bicycle patrol, we saw some of them come by a little bit earlier. Also the volunteer observers, impact community events called Voice, to help make sure things go well in Brunswick County.
And we just saw the Animal Protection Services unit go by. Their goal is to create community partnerships, promote responsible pet ownership, decrease the overpopulation of domestic pets through spay-neuter programs and education, and find every adoptable dog or cat a perfect loving home. So Bob, if you're looking to adopt a dog or a cat, Brunswick County Sheriff's Office is a great resource for that. They have so many animals that need homes.
And so many animals need a home. They do not need to be in the shelters. Navassa Drum and Drill Team from the town of Navassa here in the county. They consist of local residents from the community. The members range in age from 6 to 17. The drill team sponsored by community businesses and the town of Navassa. The drum and drill team is led by William Austin, who's the director. The assistant director is Carlton Mosley, dance instructor Shawana Oliver, and the dance drum instructor is Valeria Austin. Probably representing their town of Navassa. And they're going to perform for us.
Yes, we're going to get a little performance here. Bob, did you say these kids range in age from 6 to 17?
6 to 17, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to give it to some of the younger ones, you know, that some are at that age, they're sort of on the bashful side, you know. Hey, I don't want to do that, stuff like that, but not this group.
That's right.
They have the
And
movements.
especially putting one of the younger ones up at the front. She's leading her line there. Good for her.
Well, they have their routine down, don't they?
They sure do.
And then those drums in perfect rhythm with the dancers too.
I can only imagine the kind of dedication it takes to rehearse this and rehearse and rehearse, knowing you're going to be performing at the official North Carolina 4th of July Festival.
Well, while we're watching them perform here a little bit, Rachel, you're a resident here in Southport. This is a big event every year for the town. It's more than a day activity. It's a full week of activity.
It really is. It's an entire festival, and there are so many different components to it. And there are countless volunteers that put in effort all year round to make sure this goes off without a hitch.
And I do want to mention your husband, Dominic, because he is instrumental in helping us provide and get all this information for the parade. He and Ted Carlson co-chairman, right?
That's right. The two are co-chairs this year, and they have been meeting for something like 6 months regularly to make this happen. So I think the entire community appreciates what they've done.
Absolutely, and we thank them for their work. It's been a lot of hard work. That hard work is paying off and helping us with this great coverage we're having. Well, we have another elected official coming up right now.
Yes,
This is Brenda Clemens, right?
that's right. Brunswick County's Register of Deeds. She's riding on the Brunswick County Register of Deeds car. The office, of course, is in Bolivia at the county complex. Some of the services the office provides include recording legal documents and maps, issuing marriage licenses, certifying documents, and administering oaths. Registers of Deeds are elected for 4-year terms by the citizens of the county.
Well, we saw what we thought was Smokey Bear, but that might have been Smokey Bear Jr. Because here comes Smokey Bear Sr.
This is the official Smokey Bear.
He is with the North Carolina Forest Service. They're out of the supply area here in Brunswick County. The Forest Service primary purpose to ensure adequate forest resources for the state. It's the largest manufacturing business division in North Carolina, contributing $24 billion annually to the state economy, providing about 180,000 jobs. Do a great job in reseeding out into forest areas, especially in those that get to be the victim of a forest fire, and quickly replanting to re-nourish the land.
Yes, Newbridge Bank successfully merged with Yadkin Bank on March 1st of this year. Through Newbridge Bank's 42 branches, they provide a comprehensive array of personal and commercial financial solutions, including banking, lending, and wealth management services, and sophisticated deposit and treasury management solutions. They ask you to make Newbridge Bank your preferred financial partner. Visit your local branch, and of course, they're a member of the FDIC.
A lot of small communities making up all of Brunswick County. We talk about Southport and Charlotte, the two biggest cities, in Leland, of course, but cannot forget about the city of Bowling Spring Lakes, and Craig Castor is the proud mayor of that fine community. Before being elected mayor in 2013, he served as one of the city commissioners in Bowling Spring Lakes.
And the Honorable Sin Brochure, she is the mayor of the town of Oak Island. She is in her first term.
And she's the former visitor center director.
That's right, yes.
Right here. Big festival taking place in the fall, early part of the fall, right about the start of that season, committed to preserving the history of workboats in the area. It's the Southport Wooden Boat Festival, and it's going to be held this year on September the 24th. It's sponsored by Duke Energy and a Duke Energy truck pulling one of those wooden boats right now. Again, that's coming up on September the 24th here in Southport.
It looks like another elected official coming up here. This may be the mayor of the town of St. James. It is, Becky Dust.
Mm-hmm. And we have the Honorable Deborah Ayler, who is coming behind her, and she is the mayor of Caswell Beach, one of our fine beach communities, the home of the Oak Island Lighthouse over there. And coming up the first weekend in August, it's National Lighthouse Day.
That's right. This is From Kitty Hawk to the Moon, Let Your Dreams Take Flight. The Experimental Aircraft Association, Chapter 939. They're observing the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II. And they're proud to honor the men and women who preserved American freedom. Here they present the hometown version of the World War II B-17 bomber, the aluminum Overcast.
And we mentioned about the folks' hard work that do the work putting everything together and making sure not only the parade and the fireworks, but all the other, there's so many dozens of things taking place. And, you know, we just thank the folks for doing all this hard work. Duncan, your husband, and Ted.
And Ted Carlson, we have seen him at every event we've attended. This Ted Carlson is tireless. We're so grateful for what he does for the festival and for this community. And of course, here comes, is this the First Baptist Church Youth Praise Team? Yes, they're located on Ford Street. They're sponsored by Carey Cart Company on Bald Head Island. The group is a local praise team who performs at churches, spreading the gospel through dance.
And we're on Moore Street, but still enough room for a little bit of a train coming by. The Sudan Shriners from Wilmington, the Choo-Choo. They were formed in 1985. The Choo-Choo, part of the Southern Shriners of Mewburn and Shriners International in Tampa, Florida. The unit's nonprofit organization, the money they raise is for the upkeep of the Shriners Hospital, the Children's Hospital in Greenville, South Carolina.
And you know, Bob, I did have the privilege of attending the naturalization ceremony yesterday, where more than 100 people became American citizens. And I think because I was born in this country and didn't have to take the oath of citizenship,
right.
I think it's very easy for all of us to forget the freedoms that we have and the people who made that possible, all of the veterans.
And I think there's like 110 folks yesterday, or what, about 120
I'm not sure
maybe?
what the exact number was, but
yes,
it was really impressive. And to see the people in the community who were enthusiastic about welcoming these folks into the country, just
and
so inspiring.
So jealous sometimes of what we have that they don't have, and sometimes maybe we have a little bit too much, and we need to spread it some.
That's
So
right.
great to do that. How about the Cape Fear chapter of the American Antique Automobile Club of America? They've been around since 1972, participating in its 44th year with nearly 75 members and some classic vehicles. They participate in a variety of shows, parades, other events throughout the year. The club is dedicated to the restoration and preservation of the antique auto and also presenting them in the way they were when they first left the factory with maybe 1 or 2 miles on the odometer. By the way, if you'd like more information on the Antique Automobile Club of America, the website is aaca.com. You can go there and get information that way.
And coming up behind them, we have Paws Place Dog Rescue. Paws Place is a no-kill nonprofit sanctuary founded in 1999. They're dedicated to the rescue, rehabilitation, and adoption of dogs. Their goal is to find loving homes for every dog they rescue, no matter how long it takes, one life at a time. This is their Paws Mobile, and this year they will make their dream of an indoor facility a reality thanks to the efforts of their volunteers and supporters. You can follow them at their website, which is pawsplace.org, and of course you can find them on Facebook. Oh, and they have a
Look at that
puppy
pretty little
in the
puppy.
car.
That is great looking. Somebody's tugging at Mommy and Daddy's coat right now saying, I want a puppy.
Yeah.
I want that puppy.
Duncan, I want that puppy.
Duncan, your job is cut out for you there. All right, how about a little rock music here. The Margaret Rudd and Associates Realtors Float, established in 1981 as an independent full-service agency. Margaret Rudd and Associates offering a full range of real estate services, including sales, resort rentals, development, land sales, commercial properties, relocation services, long-term rentals, and fans of James Brown singing Living in America.
And here we have Kay Jolliffe. She is a realtor at Margaret Rudd and Associates, an Eastern North Carolina native. Kay is fulfilling a lifelong dream by living and working on the coast. She and her family, husband Taylor, and their 3 sons bought a home in historic Southport in 2001.
Big movie coming out, another version of Ghostbusters, and this is a similar machine. This is Martin's Auto Rebuilders, last ride green machine by that company. They also do alignments and brake on Long Beach Road, serving the Southport area since 1988, thanking the many customers who put their trust in their services, hoping everyone has a happy and safe 4th of July.
Coming up now, Brunswick Search and Rescue, established in 1999. They say they're honored to serve the citizens of Brunswick, New Hanover, Pender, Onslow, and Horry counties for over 16 years. Their services of search and rescue are made possible by the support of the commissioners and citizens of Brunswick County. They assist law enforcement to find lost people and missing but not forgotten people. They're ready at a moment's notice to serve, and they thank the community for your continued support.
Absolutely. We have another musical group coming by right now, and this is the Sudan Drum and Bugle. Kate R.C. Dunn organized the 3rd unit, the Sudan Drum and Bugle Corps in Wilmington in 1923. They've marched in many parades and an annual sponsored golf tournament in May, and let's take a listen.
That's the St. James Fire Department. They're a nonprofit, tax-exempt volunteer organization established to provide fire prevention and protection, as well as first responder emergency medical services to residents of the town of St. James and the St. James Rural Fire District, as defined by North Carolina and Brunswick County officials. They also have a mutual aid agreement with all other Brunswick County fire departments, which defines mutual support for fire incidents.
They work well together, don't they? All the units here in the county.
They certainly
and
do.
we saw the competition at the firemen's competition on Saturday of how hard they actually work. You know, I think if you have a fire or you need their services, you get to see that firsthand. We don't want you to learn it that way. We want you to learn what these people do by seeing the competition, and they are ready for you just in case they're needed.
What kind of event were they competing in? I mean, what sorts of things did you
They had a
see
lot
there?
of hoses out, some barrel pushes, and some time exercises, response, competing against others to try to break the others' score, and stuff. They want to be the top fire department in the area, winning the fireman's competition each year. So, and it was good. And it was refreshing because there's a lot of sprays around water on a very hot day this past weekend. How about the Southport Lions Department, serving since 1945? 70 years. They're going to celebrate the 100th year of Lion International in 2017. The largest service organization conducting the 30th boat raffle in Southport to help and support their vision program. And they are going to give this boat away tonight.
Did you buy a raffle ticket, Bob?
I bought several tickets. I think I probably have a little over 30 of them that I bought right now. And I started back buying these tickets back in the spring, Easter weekend, when the downtown merchants have the big Spring Fest. And they were out starting to sell the tickets in, and I bought them. And I bought a few on Saturday as well, this past Saturday.
Good for you. Good member of the community, Bob.
Well, a lot of the smaller schools in the area, and we don't want to say that South Brunswick is small, but some of your major cities don't have a Future Farmers of America program. Right. And it's great that we have one right here in Southport in the area. South Brunswick High School Future Farmers of America, founded back in 1928. The Future Farmers of America organization was. They're dedicated to making a positive difference in the lives of the students by developing their potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education.
Here's the Coastal Carolina submarine veterans. Coastal Carolina is represented by men who've served the span of wars from World War II to the present. The submarines include diesel, electric power through nuclear power. The float is a replica of the USS North Carolina SSN 777, which was commissioned in Wilmington, North Carolina on May 3rd, 2008.
And we've had a train go by, so it's not unusual to see a submarine go by either.
That's right. Pride runs deep, it says.
Special group of men that serve on those to be confined so much like that. One of our other sponsors here, Walmart, store number 2772, wishing everyone a happy 4th of July. They want to thank the soldiers past and present for all they do to keep us safe, and they thank you even if you are not in the service. They appreciate what you do, and for your community, all of our viewers, and appreciate you coming into their store as well.
Right after them we have the Czech 6 Brewing Company. They have a wide array of handcraft ales, all locally handcrafted in their brewery, which is at 5130 Southport Supply Road. You can stop in the tap room where you can sample a flight and take home a growler of your favorite beer. They offer free brewery tours, karaoke on Wednesdays, and live music on the weekends. They're open daily.
And this past Saturday, they hosted a veterans group over there as well. We're waiting for the arrival of the yellow cars for Sudan. These are the Sudan Roadsters. My grandson Cole is with me, and he's down watching. He's already said he wants a go-kart.
How old is Cole?
Cole is 10.
Oh.
He is 10 years old, and I told him to make sure he sits back far enough because they come dangerously close to your toes.
Good advice. These guys are Sampson County Roadsters, created in 1990, 20 active members in the unit.
It's got to be a lot of fun for these gentlemen to get out, but it's work and a lot of training. because it's so close precision driving there, and many times we're fortunate it's almost like a 5-lane road where we are here, right in front of the Maritime Museum. But if they don't have quite that much space, those turns have to be precision turns, or you might hear some fender scraping.
Next into frame, we've got the Q Center, and all the folks in your newsroom know this organization very well, the Community United Effort, better known as the Q Center for Missing Persons, founded in 1994. It's a national center that provides free services to families left behind that suffer a missing loved one. Since its inception, Q has helped more than 11,000 families in crisis, advocated for victims, and conducted thousands of ground searches, aiding law officials across the country. Q has over 15,000 registered volunteers trained in every field of search and recovery, from mounted horse units to ATV teams, canine units, as well as water, air, and ground support. They're staffed by dedicated volunteers and supported by small grants, corporate giving programs, families of the missing, and community donations. And of course, you can learn more about them at ncmissingpersons.org.
And another group that does a wonderful job when needed, the Oak Island Water Rescue, a 100% volunteer organization providing water rescue services to Oak Island, Caswell Beach, and Brunswick County. They say they will, however, go anywhere that their services are requested.
Here we have the Sudan Van Patrol. They're from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Very similar to some of the others. The body shells are a little bit different, but still fast and noisy.
I think I would feel safer in one of those vehicles.
Yeah, a little bit. You got more. You're actually down inside. You got a little bit of fiberglass protecting the body there.
Exactly.
And that might be psychological safety, you know. All right, we're moving along as the support group of the Sudan Van Patrol is coming up. Got a little bit of gap coming up in the parade. It's a wonderful crowd's turned out. As we said, a lot of folks early this morning when I got here already had their spots all staked out. And this parade is a long parade. It's starting up on Moore Street, past the Maritime Museum, going up towards the burying ground, old burying ground here, farther up actually, and continues all the way down Moore, makes the big right-hand turn onto Howe, continues on down to the hospital.
That's right. And you know, Bob, I should know the statistic by now, but it's something like 30 years it's been since it actually rained out the parade. We've had some unsettled weather over the last several days, haven't really known if we were going to have an issue with rain or thunderstorms. Mm-hmm. And again, this year, as it has been for roughly the last 30 years, here we are, beautiful sunny day, a nice breeze off the river, and lots of people enjoying these wonderful members of the community who come to celebrate the 4th.
Absolutely. I don't know what it is, but you know, you can go many places where the prediction is rain, and Southport certainly does get its share of rain. But you know, when you have a big event, it seems like Mother Nature is shining down, and everything just skirts around. Yeah. Southport, you know?
Yeah, it's almost like there's so much effort and love that goes into this from so many corners of southeastern North Carolina. It can't possibly rain.
That's so true. All right, Gifted in Rhythm and Life Girl is the group approaching on the screen now. The purpose of Gifted in Rhythm and Life, GIRL, is to bring girls of color together to learn various dance styles and perform routines at different events and also functions. They learn the importance of presentation, dedication, teamwork, commitment, community service, and sisterhood. They're performing a little bit down the street right now, so it gives us enough time to let everybody know that members of GIRL learn various dance styles such as creative movement, dance, Zumba, modern, jazz, hip-hop, African movement, ballet. In addition to learning and performing dance routines, education, community service, and parental involvement, all are major components of GIRL, and you can find them at the website www.where let's see, We Are Girl. That's the way, that's how you put it. wearegirl.com.
And here they come, and it looks like they've got some really young ones with them. And we might get a performance, Bob.
I have one right here in front of us here.
We win together and learn together.
Very good. Make sure all the shoes are tied. Oh yeah, look at them go.
Oh, they look like they're having so much fun.
I think the instructors enjoy this. That she is right there. All right. Nice round of applause for the girl team there.
They're so patriotic in their tie-dyed red, white, and blue half shirts.
Absolutely.
And their patriotic headbands, too.
And patriotic with the streamers right here above the street.
Yes.
Nice scene here. All right.
And I think, Bob, coming up next, we have Sweet Sensation Hair Design. They're very grateful, they say, for all the past, present, and future clients. They've got a pickup truck towing a float, and they are just bedecked with American flags. With more than 21 years in business, owner Sharonda Davis will travel to meet the needs of all wedding parties and your loved ones who are unable to travel. Many thanks to all the supporters for your business. That's Sweet Sensation Hair Design.
And we have another sponsored group coming by right now. And they have a lot of young folks on that float up there as well, making sure that they get their moment on TV and also a fun ride on a float. Big time for a lot of folks doing this. This is the Inspiration Dance Group, offering a wide range of dance classes for ages 2 and on up. Competition teams travel around the Southeast, brought home several first-place trophies and special awards. Inspiration's Dance Center, sponsored by Better Beach Rentals and Sales, Oak Island's premier vacation rental and sales company.
Here we have the Yopon Beach Fire Department. The members of the Yopon Beach Fire Department dedicate their efforts to provide for the safety and welfare of the public through preservation of life, property, and the environment. And the front of that truck, does that say double whammy, Bob?
Double whammy.
I wonder what the significance of that is.
I don't know. That is my assignment for next year.
Okay.
I'll find out between now and next year.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Right. This young lady is Lily Kay. She's North Carolina's Azalea Festival Princess. She is the 16-year-old daughter of Dr. Chuck and Carol Kays of Wilmington. She's going to will be a senior at Hoggart High School in the fall. She's the 69th princess. She'll be traveling through the year to numerous events representing North Carolina's annual spring extravaganza, the Azalea Festival. She, by the way, is sponsored by BB&T and the North Carolina Azalea Festival Youth Committee.
The Miss Southport Oak Island Queens raise money for the Teddy Hyatt Scholarship that's held by Waves for Kids. Each year, the Queens award a scholarship to a senior from a single-parent home at South Brunswick High School. This is done in memory of Teddy Hyatt, who was a 9-year-old Oak Island boy who lost his life. And this year's $4,600 scholarship was awarded to Caitlin Hatch, so congratulations to her.
Absolutely. Southern View Window and Siding Company Incorporated. They've been selling and installing discounted, better quality vinyl windows and siding in North Carolina from Raleigh to the coast for the past 12 years. Carry a lifetime warranty, and they plan to keep it that way as a business with impeccable service.
You're hearing the happy sounds of the Sudan Steel Drum Band. They play so that kids may walk. This organization was formed in 1977 by some members of the Columbus County Shrine Club. They currently have 13 active members who participate in 8 to 10 civic parades and 4 shrine parades every year.
And this is Carolina Grays of Pender County, sons of the Confederate Veterans Camp 2174. led by Commander E.W. Frederickson out of Burgaw, First Lieutenant Commander Alan Hilburn Sr., Adjutant Ricky Jones. Other members joined them representing their SCV camp in honor of Major General William Dorsey Pender, that Pender County was named after.
And every coast needs a Coastal Corvette Society club. Look at this collection of Corvettes. 6 beautiful Corvettes, black, yellow, royal blue, reds. So patriotic.
Absolutely. All right. Carla Insko is the Teen Miss North Carolina Blueberry Festival, sponsored by East Coast Seafood. She is a junior at Pender Early College in Burgaw, competition dancer with Evolution Dance Complex in Wilmington, an actress with Production Kids, sponsored by East Coast Seafood of Wilmington and driven by her father, Mike Insko. And the Blueberry Festival held just a couple of weeks ago, and that was held in Burgaw, North Carolina, the blueberry capital of the everywhere.
Here's that's good. The Positive Mobile Pet Spa. They're a mobile grooming business serving Southport, Oak Island, and St. James. They provide a one-on-one grooming experience in your driveway in their specialty designed van. Perfect for busy clients as well as spoiled pets and elderly pets.
And we have a couple of other floats coming by. We're not going to have time to stay on the air and show you the remainder of the floats and the parade here in our 1 hour allocated time, but go to our website, WECT.com, and we'll have the conclusion of the parade. We're streaming that right there on our website. Rachel, thanks very much again. It was a pleasure working with you. Fantastic job.
Thank you, Bob. It's always a pleasure working with you. Happy 4th of July.
And we thank you for watching. Don't forget, coming up, live coverage from downtown Wilmington and the fireworks display for the city of Wilmington. Happy 4th of July, everyone. And we're back on WECT.com, bringing you the finale of the Southport 4th of July parade today down Moore Street and then turning onto Howe Street. This is K-Fear Fitness and CrossFit Southport, locally owned full-service fitness facility that opened in 2008. They're one of the most engaging gyms in North Carolina, work hand-in-hand with clients to help them reach their physical best. And they pride themselves on cleanliness, customer service, located in the Dutchman Plaza Shopping Center, only minutes from historic Southport, the Oak Island Beach community, and the town of Boiling Spring Lakes.
Those are the most patriotic workout outfits I think I've seen. I love the leggings that are the American flag.
That's right. That is people dedicated to exercise. And look
Yes.
at my and I say that because look at my waistline. Obviously, I'm not very dedicated.
Oh, please, Bob.
All right. How about this old car? This is quite a classic, isn't it?
Yes, this is Marker 614, the Coastal Banquet Hall. It's the newest banquet hall in Southport, adjacent to the Southport Marina, which makes this coastal location perfect for wedding receptions, business meetings, holiday parties. They have more than 3,500 square feet of space, and they can comfortably accommodate you and your party guests at your next birthday party, bat mitzvah, church fundraising dance, or murder mystery dinner event. The caterer has access to their full kitchen, walk-in freezer, and walk-in refrigerator. Marker 614 Coastal Banquet Hall.
And they had the future bride and groom there on the back with the cans dragging around.
Yeah, they're on board with that now.
Southerners on New Ground, or SONG, is an LGBTQ liberation organization working for racial and economic justice throughout the South. The group is building, sustaining, and connecting a southern regional base of LGBTQ people in order to transform the region through strategic projects and also campaigns. SONG was founded in North Carolina 23 years ago by a group of ethnically diverse women who are gay, and you can find out more at www.southernersonnewground.org.
Here we have the Archer Daniels Midland Company, one of the world's leading agricultural processors. Their facility in Southport makes a variety of products including citric acid, citrusol, sodium citrate, potassium citrate, and anisette, which are used in food, drinks, detergent, and pharmaceutical products. ADM employs more than 150 people in Southport.
And how about don't want to interrupt them there. The Sudan Shriners Hillbillies. They're made up of Shriners from Brunswick County, Columbus, and New Hanover counties as well. They participate annually in over 20 parades to raise funds for the Shriners Children's Hospital down in Greenville, South Carolina.
What a fun exhibit this is.
Yeah, look at them up there.
I mean, they have just about everything in the kitchen sink there.
I could be in that group. That's how I'm on the weekend. Just give me a Southerner and the outhouse there on the back, and I'm fine. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rich.
We've got Curves of Southport. They're a fitness and weight loss center for women to meet their fitness goals, including weight loss and strengthening muscles and bones. Curve circuit training is the core exercise for women to enable them to be more successful in other fitness interests such as golf, swimming, running, walking, or just increasing stamina.
And you heard one of the engines from the Winnebago Fire Department that's left Winnebago and driven over here today to be part of the parade. They making sure that siren works well. Gets your attention, that's for sure.
And Bob, it looks like the timing is perfect. Some of these larger clouds are just starting to move in now.
Yeah, getting a little bit of cloud cover, but it's been great to have the cover today. It's made it bearable outside on a hot July 4th.
It looks like we have another Shriners group coming up here. It's the Keystone Cops.
Right. They always bring the paddy wagon down with them. They've got it here, and they've got one of the four-legged officers and folks out there with them as well.
These guys are always a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what kind of show they're going to put on for us today.
Yeah, they're on the other side. Oh, he's over there in the crowd over there. The convict in the striped outfit, and the officers have gone over to, I think, persuade him he needs to get out of the crowd. There's two of them over there. They need to get out of the crowd.
Looks like one is passing out stickers of some kind to the kids.
Yeah. I don't think that man is going to be able to run and catch him on that motorbike, though, if he revs that thing up. Maybe the dog, but I don't know about the man. These folks are the Keystone Cops out of Jacksonville also. Yeah, they come back year after year. You have I'm sure there's a new parade comes up, and they probably try their best to get some of these units, and sometimes it can be worked out. But, you know, that's one thing you can always count on in Southport. It's just always top quality parade entertainment. It never let down with that. And that's why so many people come down here and just really enjoy it here.
It really is true. Last night we were here also for the flag retirement ceremony, and walking down Moore Street, which is where we're sitting right now, seeing all these sections cordoned off. And you were talking about this earlier, Bob, people who just said the night before, this is my spot, and nobody's messing with it.
That's
people
right.
are serious about their parade viewing stands.
The North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission, the state regulatory agency responsible for the enforcement of fishing, hunting, trapping, and also boating laws, and provide programs and opportunities for wildlife-related education, recreational and sporting activities. To learn more about the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission and what they do, you can go to their website, www.ncwildlife.org. And today being July 4th, it's Free Fishing Day in North Carolina. You have to follow the fishing rules and regulations, but today on July 4th, you can go fishing without a license.
Are you a fisherman, Bob?
I think so.
What do you like
about
to catch?
4 times a week usually with my oldest grandson. My oldest grandson, Wyatt, is a big fisherman. How's the best way to put it? If there's a fish to be caught or something to be hunted, that's what he wants to do.
Okay, so he'll be able to feed the family.
I'll show you when we get off my cell phone that's got a bunch of pictures on it.
And here we have the Boiling Spring Lakes Fire Department. Their fire truck is 33 feet long. They're a nonprofit fire department that serves, of course, Boiling Spring Lakes.
And we also will be followed up by another one of their big units as well. Small community, but got some mighty powerful trucks just in case they're needed.
And these kids who are sitting inside the fire trucks and on top of them, this one's coming from Bolivia. They just must be having the time of their lives. They'll always remember
Absolutely.
that parade day when they got to ride on top of the fire truck.
And they'll see their friends out in the sides on the sidewalk and say, hey, guess what, I got the chance to do that. And they say, well, how did you do it? You know, how did you get that chance? And maybe next year they get a chance to do it. Good bragging rights up there sometime.
I think so.
And we're going to wrap up our parade coverage here on WECT.com with the Carolina Horse Riders from Barksey Ranch. They're a group of Brunswick County friends who get together to do beach rides, trail rides, shows, and parades. The group attends local shows at Honolulu Stables in Bolivia and shows at the Lake Waccamaw Boys and Girls Home, that big horse arena they have there in Columbus County. The group comprises of people of all ages and all types of horses. Today's group mostly made up of American quarter horses, and today's organizers, Marcy Taylor, Teresa Bryan, Casey Cumbie, and to join a future ride, you can find them on Facebook.
Just such beautiful animals. And look at this
And
little
well
one
trained.
here with the dyed mane, the red, white, and blue mane, and the braided tail. Oh my goodness.
And these are so well-trained animals
Yes.
coming by and not being spooked at all by the crowds and everything.
To deal with all this noise, Bob, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's the truth. And distractions from side to side. You know, sometimes maybe make you get a little bit spooked, but not this group. And as we started off our parade coverage earlier, the Southport Police Department and Chief Gary Smith, who took over as the official chief of the department in the past few months here.
That's right.
And his men and staff, men and women, officers, along with the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, the State Highway Patrol, they're here in force as well, making sure that things go well with the parade, all the other activities, and the fireworks tonight, and then you getting out of Southport and back home safe and sound. And we thank them for all of the hard work that they do in their service. And I thank you again, Rachel.
Well,
Been
Bob,
wonderful.
This has just been my pleasure. It's always a pleasure getting together with you and really celebrating not just this community, but the state of North Carolina on the 4th of July, and watching all the people come together, the heart and soul that goes into not just the parade, but the entire festival, which is ultimately, of course, the celebration of our freedom as Americans.
Absolutely.
And what a great day to appreciate that.
And I want to thank you because I failed to mention at the beginning that you are the news director of WHQR radio here, correct?
That's correct. That is
in
correct.
Wilmington, but covers all of southeastern North Carolina.
It does.
So you're a public servant, and congratulations, and thanks for all that you do, helping with public radio and keeping that, the news part, and then all the staff enforcing the great things that public radio does here for us.
Thank you, Bob. I very much appreciate that.
Well, thanks to Tom Cheatham and his staff of crew. I can see Stuart there, Mike behind us. I'm not sure who else is in the truck, but thanks to all the folks from WECT giving up their day and being with us here in Southport for our annual 4th of July coverage, and the fireworks in Wilmington. That's coming on tonight at 9 o'clock, followed by Macy's fireworks. We hope you had a great 4th of July so far. Hope the barbecuing's going well today. Stay safe, and happy 4th of July, everyone. Have a great day.
This has been the Southport 4th of July Parade. This broadcast on WECT is sponsored by Dozier Memorial Hospital in Southport. You can watch the entire parade on WECT.com. Now, stay tuned for the fireworks, live from downtown Wilmington. Next on WECT.